Hey y'all, what is going on? This is Jesse Bose from the 19th hole. Got the pro playthrough here for the current Touchdown Tournament. And we're going to be starting on hole number 1, par 4. I'm going to show you a few different ways to play this one with different ball, varieties. So we're going to play with the extra mile. And what we're going to start out with here is a power 4 ball. Now, if you have the power 4 ball, it's definitely going to make this shot very easy for you as far as, the amount of overpower that will be required. So for this particular shot, I started out with 3 backspin, max left spin, and I put the red ring or the yellow ring on the edge of the rough line. From here, we're going to adjust at plus 20% maximum, and it puts us about 1.5 rings or so into overpower. With about a half a ball of curl, we hit this one perfect, and this one's going to come in very nicely. As you can see, we could have gone with some more backspin. We had plenty of room on the clearance, but we were right on line. So you could add another bar of backspin and be just perfectly fine on that shot. But it leaves you a really easy shot for the eagle, and that's really all that matters in the end, is making sure to get the eagle on this hole, because 9.5 chances out of 10, everybody else will be getting the eagle as well. So definitely you want to make sure that this is one that you do make sure that you get the eagle at all costs. All right, so what we're going to be looking at here is another option, playing it with the king maker. We're going to go 3 back, or a little bit over 3.5 back, max left. We're going to play our red ring halfway into the rough here, as you can see on the setup. Okay, and then from here we're going to turn our screen, make our adjustment, and then just pay attention to how many rings of OP we go on our shot. So we're about almost 3 rings of OP on the shot right here. Half ball left curl, OP there. We hit great right. It's going to be okay though. Great rights, great lefts are what I would possibly maybe worry about. But I think this is, I think all in all, this is a fairly great proofed shot, as long as you're not too, like good or something like that. So we're going to see my opponent play the shot pretty much the same exact way I played it, except he's going to be playing it with a katana ball. So this is just going to show you that a katana ball also will work with this shot setup. If you have extra mile, like 7 or 6, you start losing yardages on those extra miles, you're definitely going to have to make a decision. Either you have to go overpower more, or you're going to have to upgrade your ball. I would probably recommend just going with a larger ball and, making the shot easier on yourself and getting in the eagle. You definitely want to make sure you get the eagle no matter what. So you see my opponent comes in nicely, and he's going to have a nice little chip there for an easy eagle as well. There's all kinds of room on the right side of the screen, so setting yourself up over there for an easy chip is definitely not a bad game plan. Hole number 2, par 3. We'll be playing this one with a sniper and a katana ball. You play this one at plus 10% for our elevation, and with the sniper 9 and 10, this shot's being played pretty much at mid distance. So we're going to go with just a touch over 1 top spin and then a sliver of left spin on this shot. Ball guide to the hole. And, the yellow ring is going to be close to the edge of the rough line, but not necessarily touching the rough line. I go according to the ball guide. So we make this one 50%, which is mid-adjustment here. And we just want to hit this one perfect. If you hit this one perfect, you've got a pretty good chance to go in, I think. This was a shot that was used... version of this shot was used back when they first came out with the Ghostly Glades tournament, if any of y'all remember that. And then Fenzel picked it back up, and he hit it earlier this week in this tournament. So it's definitely a tried and proven shot. All right, hole number 3, par 5. This one right here, we're going to be trying to set ourselves up for the albatross opportunity. Plus 10% off the tee box. Quarterback, in my opinion, is the best club to go with. You can go with a katana or a kingmaker ball, whichever of those you do have access to in good quantities. I go with the blue ring right there on the edge of the rough line, and then we're going to adjust this one at plus 10% max adjustment with our quarterback. Max top and right spin, about a half a ball of right curl as well is what I play with. You could probably play anywhere from about a quarter to a half ball of right curl on here and be okay. We're just trying to make sure we do avoid that bunker to the left side of that fairway at all costs. So for our second shot here, we are playing this one at 0%. We find our min and we find our max. We want to play this one back around about 25%, so right in between mid and min. It's better to play this one farther back. You get a better rollout to the hole. Just like we played last time we had this hole, we'll play 4 back and 2 back and 4 left, which is the same setup as we used previously. If you saw the pro refresher, you saw me hit this shot 2 different times in that pro refresher video. We make our adjustment there. We hit this one perfect. It's going to come in very nice. I did offset a little bit to the left-hand edge of the hole because of the wind, and I would suggest offset that one just a little bit extra from what I used. And I think this is definitely a shot that we can find, we can hit. All right, so we will have hole number 4 next. This is a par 4. We're playing this one with our extra mile. And, you want a ball with side spin 3, so Kingmaker or Katana will be the ball choice and selection for this hole. Plus 10% for the drive. And we'll be playing max left spin. And you don't want to go full topspin. You want to go about three bars of topspin here on this hole. The purpose of that is because you don't want to go too far down that fairway and take yourself out of that opportunity to have that min thorn or min hornet shot. So what we're going to do here is we're going to push our shot up into overpower where the red ring is kind of cutting the fairway and the rough line, as you can see there. And then we're going to move our shot back for our wind, and then we're going to take our shot. We'll play about half a ball of curl here again. And this one right here is going to come in nicely. It gets a nice bounce and the roll. And our yardage is going to be 349. So this one should be a really good spot. So what we're doing here on this second shot is we're playing plus 10%. What we want to do is we want to land our shot back there kind of around the fringe. We want that second bounce to be over the little kind of mound that's in between the fringe and the pin. They did add the bumpy green back to this hole for this tournament, much like we had in the Ghostly Glades tournament. So you want that second bounce to go over the hill and then land just in front of the hole. There's a little bit of a glitch, so you want to make sure that you play just past the glitch. About 1 to 2 bars of backspin here on this one, and you want to hit this one perfect. It looks as though I did not adjust, enough. I under-adjusted just a tiny bit on that shot. I also think I had my ball guide lined up left edge of the hole, of the pin, and I want to be lined up on the right side of the pin for that shot. But definitely a shot I think y'all can drop. All right, hole number 5 here. We're playing with the Kingmaker and a Sniper, plus 20%. And we're trying to dial in this shot to the left-hand side. Playing at maximum sniper range for our club. And the first time I attempt this one, I go with about 2 backspin and right spin. I have the edge of my clear ring right there on the edge of the fairway and the bunker, as you can see. We want the ball guide here. As you see, I have it's going to be just left of the white row of squares left of the hole. And then from here, based on the outcome of this shot, we can make adjustments to the shot the next time we play it. So plus 20% max adjustment on the shot. No curl is being used on this shot, and I'm using a Katana ball. It's going to come in, and as you're going to see, it's going to bounce, and it's going to be about just under 2 squares right of the hole. So based on that, we're going to make a small adjustment here on this next attempt. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically line it up the same way, except what we're going to do is we are going to kind of, fudge around with our spin just a little bit. And instead of, using the full right spin, what we're going to do is we're going to take away some of the right spin and add a little bit extra back spin. And we're going to have that ball guide, instead of 1 square left of the hole, we're going to go 2 squares left of the hole. You see the tip of that ball guide on the left edge of that dark green square this time. As you can see, the right side of my white line is also at the edge of the fairway and the bunker. Plus 20% max adjustment, just like last time, no curl needed on this shot. We hit it perfect, and you're going to see our adjustments definitely made a difference. We're going to come in very so close, just off the left-hand edge of the cup. So what I would do is I would put that ball guide just a little bit inside of that dark green square instead of on the left-hand edge. Hole number 6, par 5. Let's see, we got here. We're playing, once again, trying to set ourselves up for the albatross attempt. And for me, I like playing it to the right-hand side with the quarterback. We'll go 4 top and max left. We'll be lining this shot up at the plus 6 yardage marker with our blue ring. And then from there, we're going to be using about 1/2 a ball to curl. So we just adjust this one at max, plus 10%, and then we take our shot. So if you are playing with a lower level quarterback, like a level 8, then I would suggest lining it up a little bit farther up that rough line, in part to the lesser yardage that you have in the club. So I think I would add like 4 yards. So instead of plus 6, you want to line it at the plus 10. So as you can see, we end up at a pretty nice spot. We are going to be playing this shot with some backspin and just a little bit of right spin. You want to try to find your club percentage. We find our max and our min, and then we're going to try to figure out where we're going to play our shot. And we're going to play it pretty much mid. I think I played this one at mid, although I believe it was closer to maybe like 60% and not 50%. So about 2.5 backspin and about 0.25 bar of right spin. You do want the ball guide to be just a little bit short of this hole, just because you do have a tailwind, so you will have an extended ball guide here on this shot. And we hit this one perfect, or we hit this one great left, actually. Okay, we hit this one great left. It still comes in quite nicely, and it comes in just left of the hole. So if I hit this one perfect, I believe I would have been just a bit right of the hole, or just a bit left of the hole still, because I don't believe I adjusted quite as much as I should have. I adjusted at 50% club, and I think 60% club would have been the better adjustment for that shot. Definitely is very important to make sure you have your club adjustment correct on those shots. All right, hole number 7 is next. We're playing this one with an extra mile and a kingmaker to the left-hand side. Max topspin, 3 to 4 bars of right spin. And as far as the curl goes, you can use no curl, or you could use like a 1/4 ball of curl, which I think I use about a 1/4 ball of curl on this shot. We got the red ring about halfway into the rough right there, as you can see, a little bit more than halfway. And our plus 8 yardage marker, we have it at. So we're going to make our adjustment. We need to go into just a tiny bit of overpower on this shot, and you see I do add a little bit of right curl as well. Perfect ball. It's going to come in nice, and it's going to set ourselves up pretty far down this fairway and put ourselves in position for a nice look at this hole with either a thorn or hornet would be your options. For the second shot, we're going to play plus 10% on the elevation, and we want about 3.5 bars of backspin and 1 left spin. You want the left spin to straighten out that ball guide to the hole. What we're trying to do here is trying to figure out our distance here, and I would say we're probably going to be playing this one somewhere about 75%. it looks like from where we're at right there. But that's definitely one of those things that you have to just kind of eye up and figure out for yourselves as far as your club distance goes. Once you get a drop, and then you'll know the yardage and the distance, and you can kind of go from there. So we're going to land this shot on the fringe. Seems like to be the most consistent landing zone. You do want that second bounce to be just over the little hill in front of the hole. And as you see, we hit this one perfect, but it seems like we did not adjust properly on the shot. And we came in just to the right of the hole, but still a really good attempt at the hole, and definitely a shot that I think can be dropped with regularity in the tournament. Okay, hole number 8 here. We're playing this one with a sniper. This is much like the last tournament we had, another no spin shot on this hole. What we're going to be doing here is playing plus 15% with the Kingmaker ball. And to me, it looked like mid-distance, so I played it at mid-distance. But you're going to see that it's going to come in left of the hole. It's going to come in right of the hole. So I'm thinking that we should have played this one at max and not mid. Get the blue ring kind of just barely cutting the rough line back there with the ball guide going to the hole. It really makes for a really nice shot to this hole as far as the ball guide and everything goes with the sniper. So we do adjust at 5.9, which was mid distance, and we do hit this one perfect. But when you adjust incorrectly, it doesn't really matter how perfect you hit the ball. As you see, this one comes in to the right of the hole, pretty good amount, and definitely, an extra, 0.75 of a circle could have definitely helped. All right, hole number 9, our last and final hole. This drive here, we're playing at plus 10%. I'm using a Titan ball. You could use a Power 4 ball if you wanted to. The only drawback, I think, as far as using the Power 4 ball, is it can put you up too far into the second fairway, where you don't really have a really good shot with your sniper at the hole for your second shot. So definitely, I do caution you on that. If you're going to play with a higher level ball for your drive, then you may want to take off some of the topspin on that drive to kind of dial back that shot a little bit in this fairway. Because if you get up too far, then you find yourself just in between clubs, and it's really difficult. So for 15, we'll play this one. I looked at the shot to the right-hand side here, but as you can see, I'm just too far up in the fairway on my drive to really give this shot a really good go. So really the only option left is the rough bump. And we'll play the rough bump at minus 5%. If I play the shot off the fairway, I play that at 0%. But the rough bump is minus 5%. So what we're going to do here is max right spin. You're not going to use any top spin or back spin on this shot. And then you're just going to line your shot up in the rough till the ball guide is going to the hole. As you see here, I made my correction. And I did end up with one backspin here. So we played this one at 50%, was about mid-club, at minus 5%. As you see, it comes in, it bounces nicely on the rough, and it rolls out and drops for the albatross. So definitely really good results there. Like I said, once again, rough bump play minus 5%, fairway shot play 0%. Just want to thank the 19th hole shot group, the Spider Ladies, Golf Clash Fenzel, and Michael Bolton for all their help, and good luck to you all in the tournament.